Welcome back to our week all about color. Now that we've done some color mixing and learned a little bit more about primary and secondary colors, we are going to be adding our own color wheel to our sketchbooks that we made last week. If you haven't done that yet, be sure to go and check that out, make your own sketchbook at home. But now we're going to add our color wheel to that so that we have that for our projects in the weeks to come. Let's get started. All right, just like our other activities, what materials you use is completely up to you and what you have. These are the ones I'm going to be using for my color wheel today. So I wanted to go with markers to make my color wheel nice and bright. So I'm going to use those today. I have my sketchbook. I'm going to open it up. And on this page, I'm going to make my color wheel. So I'm going to start by drawing a circle. You can just freehand it. I found this roll of tape that I felt was a good size, so I'm going to trace it. This does not need to be a perfect circle, just something close, right? And that roll of tape helped me do it real quick. Now, I need to divide this circle up into the 6 sections because we have 6 colors in our color wheel. So I'm going to start by drawing a line that goes across side to side, so a horizontal line. I can use a ruler, but if you don't have a ruler, you can just freehand it or find anything that has a straight edge, okay? So, horizontal line, straight across. Now I'm going to draw an X. Again, freehand it, find something that's a straight edge. I'm not measuring to make sure all the sections are exactly the same. I'm doing it, kind of eyeballing it about. All right, something like that. All right, so since I am doing or using markers, I am getting each of my 6 colors like this. If you want to do crayons, you can do it just with our 3 primary colors that we talked about in our other activity and mix for the other 3 colors, the secondary colors. Or you could get out your secondary colors too and use those. That's fine. I'm also going to talk a little bit later about if you want to paint, because mixing those colors is so much fun with paint. So if you decide you want to paint your color wheel, that's fine. But like we talked about in our other video, we don't want to paint inside our sketchbook. It's just not a very good paper and very good place for us to be painting. So I'm going to show you in a little bit, if you want to paint, how you can kind of do that. All right, I'm going to speed the video up while I color in all my colors, making sure that I put them in the right order. All right, now that I have them all colored in, I am going to kind of decorate my page a little bit and put a little information about the color wheel that I have learned. So I'm going to start by writing the color wheel up top in rainbow or color wheel order. Let me speed this up again. So, some of the things that I've learned about the color wheel is that there are 3 primary colors. Red, yellow, and blue. which mix to make our 3 secondary colors, which are orange, green, and purple. All right. Create and design your color wheel page in your sketchbook so that it can help you in our projects to come in the later weeks. I'm going to show you one more thing about if you want to paint your color wheel. All right, so let's say you maybe had a really fun time with mixing our colors in our last lesson and activity, and you want to keep painting to paint our color wheel. Okay, you're going to do the same thing with, you can trace a circle or just freehand it and divide it up into the 6 sections, but I am doing this on a separate piece of paper, okay? I'm not painting directly into my sketchbook. So on a separate piece of paper, I did all of that. This is a little bit thicker paper, so if you have that, that would be great to use for the paint. Now you might notice, excuse me, that after I painted it, I went back with a Sharpie to kind of do an outline, and then I also had a little bit of fun just adding some designs to my color wheel, and you can do the same if you want, but you absolutely do not have to. You can just leave it plain and simple like this, but I'm going to speed up the video a little bit while I show you how I kind of made some of these designs. Alright, so now that I have my designs done, I'm ready to add it to my sketchbook. Okay, so I'm going to take my color wheel and I'm going to cut it out. Alright, and then I can glue that into my sketchbook. Now, it can go any way you want. Red is usually shown on top, but it's a wheel, so it can spin. It does not always need to be that way. So if you would like to put a different color on top, maybe you have a favorite color and you'd rather that be on top, you can do that. Okay, I'm gonna just keep the red up there. And then if you've seen in class, or in some of my other videos, when I glue something down, I like to stick it down, but then flip it over and press it from the back. I think that makes things stick better. All right, and then just like before, I am going to add to my page. So I'm gonna write the color wheel, a tool artists use to help understand color and help pick colors for their artwork. If you make a mess up like I just did, figure out how you can turn it into something else. All right, let's see here. Whoop. My paper's not happy with me. Something like that. And maybe so the secondaries don't feel left out, I'll do the same over here. And then just move that green below. We make it work, right? Alrighty, fancy now. All right, so that is another option for your color wheel page in your sketchbook.